Hello all, welcome to Legal Talks by Desi Qanoon. I am Suyash and I am excited to have started this show. On today's show, we will talk about yet another important judicial pronouncement by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Its name is Opto Circuit India Limited versus Axis Bank and others. In this case, the court discussed the scope and the power of freezing bank accounts by the authorities under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. We will refer to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 as PMLA. The brief facts of the case are that the appellant had approached the court alleging that since its bank accounts are frozen illegally by the respondents, it is not able to clear the statutory dues that it otherwise would have been able to clear. In response to this plea, the respondent, that is the Enforcement Directorate, did concede that while freezing the bank accounts, it did not comply with the mandate of Section 17 of PMLA. What is Section 17 of PMLA? We will discuss this in the later part of our show. According to the Enforcement Directorate, the apparent purpose to freeze the bank accounts is to stop the further layering or division of proceeds of crime to safeguard the proceeds of crime. Now the court explained Section 17 of PMLA. According to the court, under Section 17 of the PMLA, the prerequisite is that any authorized officer should, on the basis of information in his possession to be recorded to in writing, have reason to believe that such person has committed acts relating to money laundering and there is a need to seize any record or property found in the search. Such officer also has the power to freeze such record or property if it is not possible to seize the same. After issuance of the freezing order, the authorized officer shall forward a copy of the reasons along with the materials in possession to the adjudicating authority. The officer who had seized or frozen any record or property shall have to file an application requesting for retention of such record or property before the adjudicating authority. This procedure also has to be filed in case of a bank account. In the present case, this procedure was not followed and hence the freezing or the continuation thereof is without due compliance of the legal requirements and unsustainable. Such were the observations of the court. The respondent, that is the Enforcement Directorate, also took the plea that the provisions of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, more specifically its Section 102, has been complied with. However, according to the court, the procedure relating to search and seizure under Section 102 of the Code of Criminal Procedure is different from the PMLA, that is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, as the scheme of the PMLA is entirely different, and when the power is available under a special enactment, the question of resorting to the power under a general law does not arise. The court also stated that Section 102 of CRPC provides certain powers to the investigating agencies, and in order to buttress this contention, the court cited the case of Mohinder Singh Gill and another versus the Chief Election Commissioner, New Delhi, and others. In this case, it was held that when a statutory functionary makes an order based on certain grounds, its validity must be judged by the reasons so mentioned and cannot be supplemented by fresh reasons in the shape of affidavit or otherwise. Otherwise, an order bad in the beginning may, by the time it comes to the court on account of a challenge, get validated by additional grounds later brought out. In the present case, the Enforcement Directorate, while conceding that it did not comply with the mandate of Section 17 of PMLA, took the argument that it has complied with the mandate of Section 102 of CRPC and hence the actions taken by the Enforcement Directorate relating to freezing of bank accounts are valid in the eyes of law. So in order to counter this contention, the court cited the case of Mohinder Gill. In the case of Mohinder Gill, another very interesting observation was made. It said that orders are not like old wine becoming better as they grow older. We all know that wine or liquor becomes better when it grows older. The same cannot be said about the judicial orders, and the argument relating to section 102 of CRPC has been taken by the respondent, that is the Enforcement Directorate, at a belated stage, and hence it cannot be accepted. In order to further explain the dichotomy between section 17 of PMLA and section 102 of CRPC, the court cited another case of Kishore Jha versus Mahavir Prasad and others. In this case, it was held that it is a well-settled salutary principle that if a statute provides for a thing to be done in a particular manner, then it has to be done in that manner and in no other manner. Taking cue from this, in the present case, the court opined that if the above stated salutary principle is to be taken recourse to, then it would mean that though the authorized officer under section 17 of PMLA is vested with sufficient powers, yet such power is also circumscribed by the very same provision and the statute. Any other manner of exercise of power except as contemplated under PMLA would mean that due process of law has not been complied with before and after freezing the bank accounts. So, this was the reasoning provided by the Honorable Court. The court, in this case, finally directed the respondents, that is the Enforcement Directorate and the other governmental agencies, to defreeze the bank accounts and honor the payments advised by the appellants towards the statutory dues. All in all, I find this to be a welcome judgment, and the reasoning adopted by the courts seems to be in consonance with its earlier decision, wherein the procedure prescribed under a special statute has been given due regard. It has been observed that the officers of many investigative agencies have become like bloodhounds, and sometimes in the name of implicating a person or prosecuting a person, some officials go too far and act in utter disregard of the procedural formalities. Freezing bank accounts is a serious affair for any business entity, and it is akin to freezing the financial bloodline of any such entity or cutting the financial bloodline. Such measures should not be taken as a matter of routine recourse, but should be taken only after compliance of all the procedural formalities as contemplated in the parent statute. So I hope you enjoyed this show. Please do not forget to like and subscribe us. See you next time. Till then, stay tuned.